what's taking so long? Yeah, Eileen, what's taking so long?
I'm almost done. Just hang on a sec.
You said that 20 minutes ago. Yeah, you said that 20 minutes ago.
Look, we want this to last, don't we? The least we can do is take the time to do it properly.
Oh, hurry up. Calvin looks like he's about to wet himself if we don't go soon. Yeah, hurry up. Calvin looks...
Ta-da! Now listen carefully, guys. I know you like to play in the forest after school, but Mom's afraid that you're gonna get lost. So I told her I'd make sure we had a place to meet. And this is it. This is the tallest tree in the forest, and I want you to come here if you think you ever might be lost, okay?
Yeah. Can we go now? Yeah, can we go now?
And one more thing, guys. Give me your hands. Come on, give me. Dear God, please protect this tree and let it stand tall forever so that if any of us loses our way, we have some place to go. Thank you. Amen. That wasn't so bad, was it?
Well, looks like it took too long.
Oh, Calvin. Come on, let's go.
No, Calvin couldn't wait. And he just wet his pants.
Ha. You hear that? It never happened, Susie. Tom's making it up. Tell her, Eileen.
Well, I don't know, Calvin. You know, I've heard Tom's version so many times that I don't remember whether it happened or not.
Perfect. Thanks for the support. It was Tom that wet his pants. You remember it as well as I did. We were there.
Oh, Susie, has Tom taken you to see our tree yet?
Yeah, he takes us out there for our anniversary. Picnics.
Jason, how you doing today, brother?
Everything okay, Jace?
Why? What's going on? Is there something I should be concerned about?
No, just, I hadn't seen you in hours. Wondering.
I'm fine, thank you, sis. Eileen,
Yeah?
can I ask you a question?
Sure, what is it?
What does Genesis 11:6 say?
I think that's about the Tower of Babel. Why?
I think it might be important.
Jason, everything in here is important. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Chapter 11, verse 6. Okay. Behold, they are one people, and they have one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do. And nothing that they propose to do will now be impossible for them.
So Franco Macaluso's right.
Who?
Franco Macaluso.
The head of the European Unity Project.
What are you talking about, Jason? Franco Macaluso wouldn't know a Bible if you sat it right in front of him.
He doesn't need a Bible, he has something better. The truth. You see, we can all do the kinds of miracles that God and Jesus can do, but first, we have to come together.
That's what they tried when they built the Tower of Babel, and they were wrong. Okay, Jason, why don't you explain to everybody here what Macaluso's theory about world unity is, huh?
It's not a theory, not even close. This is scientifically proven, all of it.
Come on, share it with the ignorant.
I will, and I'll share it with these guys, too. Let me ask you a question, Calvin. Have you ever heard of Dr. Emerald Fukumoto?
No.
Have you ever heard of the Isle of Manchi?
No.
Well, that's no accident. Sure, this may be one of the biggest discoveries in the history of this world, but the powers that be have worked really hard to keep it quiet.
What kind of discoveries, Jason?
Okay, listen to this. In one research project, they're on this island discovering the behavior of monkeys. Now, this just isn't any island. No, this one's different. This one has a huge volcanic mountain dividing it right down the middle.
Jason!
Go ahead, Lex. All right, you couldn't get from one side to the other, not without a helicopter, okay? Now, these guys over here, okay, they're laying out pieces of fruit, all right, for the monkeys. They want them to come out of the trees onto the beach where they can see them. and study their behavior. Now, the problems for the monkeys, of course, is that the fruit had to be peeled. Why? So they can smell it, okay? But they're on a beach, so the monkeys are eating more sand because there's no peel than they are bananas, right? Until one very smart monkey comes along and he has an idea. He decides to take his banana and dip it in the ocean. And look, it works. Now, it doesn't take long for this to catch on, and before long, all the monkeys on the beach are dipping their bananas in the sea.
All right.
Okay?
So, what did he prove by that? Monkey see, monkey do?
Oh, no, there's a lot more to it than that. Because one day, one more monkey comes along. He sees what all the other monkeys are doing, and he decides to give it a try. And what do you think happens when he does? Okay, it's incredible. At that very instant, all the monkeys over here on this side of the island, they start doing it too.
Really?
Really. Not only that, all around the world, monkeys start doing it too.
That's cool.
Oh, no, it's not just cool, Tom. It's incredible. Think about the possibilities. If we can get enough people to think about world peace. Think about it. Franco Macaluso has it right. If we could just find a way to come together, anything we can believe, we can achieve.
Thanks, Jason.
I've told you before, honey, your brother needs professional help.
No way. I'm not letting those idiots at that psych hospital near him again. He was fine before they started pumping him full of drugs.
Remember last year when he spent 2 weeks at Christmas time thinking the aliens had invaded the UN?
He's much better now. You know it.
Yeah, you're hearing me, but you're not listening. Right now, he's thinking if he can get everyone to agree with him, that one day we'll all wake up and believe whatever he believes.
So he has an imagination. He's not hurting anyone. He's just making a world that he can enjoy.
No, it sounds like Eileen and her born-again buddies, creating a world they all can enjoy.
Well, you don't have anything to worry about, Calvin, because if ignorance is bliss, you're already in heaven.
Susie Canberra.
Hi, Susie, it's me.
Hey, Helen. Did you get my message?
Oh, yeah, the one about the Bible prophecy guy. What's his story, anyway? That fire from heaven is going to destroy the earth?
Better than that. This guy is saying that millions of people are going to suddenly vanish into thin air.
You mean their souls, right?
No, that's what I thought. No, this guy is talking about body and all. And, this is the best part, apparently every Christian believes it.
Really?
Really. It's called, hang on. Hey, Eileen. What's that thing in the book of Revelations, where everybody vanishes off the face of the earth?
It's called the rapture.
Yeah, it's called the...
And it's not all the people. It is only the believers. And it's not the book of Revelations. It's the book of Revelation.
Thank you. The rapture.
Wow. I mean, some of the things you guys believe really amaze me. Sound like Jason,
Jason, I love Jason with all my heart. But I feel like he needs to be in a hospital or a home.
Maybe if he knew God.
Oh, come on. You're missing the point here. Jason's got a head full of imaginary friends, right? God would just be another one. Tom, help me out here. I mean, why is it that when somebody believes they can talk to an alien, we consider them insane, right? But when somebody believes they can talk to God, somehow that's okay. I mean, I don't really see the difference here.
That's because you haven't looked.
Oh.
And neither have you. I just hope you get around to it before it's too late.
Oh, you mean before everybody disappears, right?
Okay. I'd love to stay and continue this fine conversation. But unfortunately, there's a whole city of people out there that don't find much comfort in God or clean bananas when they're being shot. Blind faith isn't enough, Eileen.
Oh, it's not blind faith, Tom. You do have to open your eyes.
Hey, so tomorrow night's biggie, is it?
Want to see how big? Well, I couldn't afford to give her the ring she deserved when we got married. So I've been saving a long time for this one.
Not bad. Looks like you're really ready to make a big commitment, you know?
See you later.
Okay.
Sweetheart, going to the station.
Hey, you be especially careful out there tonight. I want you fully intact for tomorrow.
Why? What's tomorrow night? Wait. How could I forget tomorrow night? We've been together 10 years, and that is a miracle, my dear.
Oh, I'm so looking forward just to time alone, just the two of us.
Me too. No one's gonna find us on Rat Lake.
Such a terrible name. Why do they call it that anyway?
So people won't go up there.
Are you sure you haven't told anybody about that cottage?
I know him.
Especially not Calvin. I mean, if he finds out about it, he's gonna do some
Yes,
crank.
yes, I know. No one knows.
Yeah,
This is gonna be our secret.
yeah.
And I have a very special surprise for you tomorrow night.
You do?
Yeah.
Tell me.
No.
Oh, come on. Come on. No. I'll kiss you some more. Come on, tell me.
You kiss me some more?
Yes, you can. Tell me.
Susie, perhaps you don't understand the meaning of secrets.
Yeah.
Susie.
Come.
Susie.
All right, let's break it up in here. Come on, this isn't high school for crying out loud.
Okay, you be careful.
Careful. I'll buckle my seat belt. Yes. Ladder boy, you're parked behind me. Let's go.
Don't call me that.
The real goal is the realization of the tremendous potential that lies within us all. Tremendous potential that lies sleeping within us. You see, if we can open our minds together, then anything that we believe can be ours. But unity is the secret to our success. Because unity is the key that will unlock the doors to this enormous potential. Anything we believe we can achieve.
He cast us out of heaven for daring to question his perfection. It was a battle he won. Now the war begins. Now our powers increase, and the final conflict approaches. Jehovah God, you're going to run away again, aren't you? You did it once before, at this very tower. But this time, the glory of Babel will endure. We will win. We will reign. And we'll do it all by uniting your own creation against you. Agent Morgan, who's going to give us a glimpse into the other side?
His name is Tim Tucker. He's a college professor and I think the perfect test subject. He teaches a night course in psychic phenomena. This guy's mind is wide open.
Just as they all will be soon.
Honey, what's wrong? Tim, what's wrong?
The book.
Tim, what are you doing?
There's no room in this world for lies like those, Diane. Don't you see?
Stop
It's
it!
people like you that are holding the rest of us back.
pull us back from unity.
Oh, you're scaring me.
Yours is not the only way. The time has come to free the world of the haters. Honey, all of you must die.
Attention all units. We have a report of a domestic situation at 95 Nelson. Car 21, what is your location?
Dispatch, this is Detective Canbro. I'm 1/2 a block away. Show me the domestic.
This is Officer Kenny Rice. I'll back up.
Please, open up.
Haters! Haters! Where is she? Where is she? She's a hater! Where is she? Where is Eileen? You know where she is. I can see her hands. Where is she? Where is she?
Stop it!
Hold it! Get up. Get back. Get back! Get back. Franco Macaluso will win. We will beat him this time.
What are you talking about? Beat who?
God.
Well, that's fine. But right now, I want your hands behind your back. Take it easy. Don't hurt her.
Let's terminate. Floor 14.
Give me the gun! Now! Where are you going?
They found me. They found me. I knew that they weren't supposed to be like this. I knew they were out there, but they weren't supposed to be like this. Is everything okay? They wanted me to kill Eileen.
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, take it easy, Jason. It's just me, Mike, from next door.
I would have done it. I really would have killed her if she was here. I'll call the cops, okay?
Don't call the police, please. Jason.
Yeah, the lady was so broken up, I could hardly get a statement.
I've been on the force 20 years, and I've never seen anything like this. Compare it to it. Listen, that knife was 20 feet away from him. It was unreachable. I looked at the table where the knife was. I looked around the room. Looked back at him. The knife is in his hand without him moving. So I'm standing there getting ready to witness him slice her from gullet to gut. Okay? But something happened. He dropped the knife. I saw a snap in his eyes. Then he ran across the room and dove out the window.
Well, according to his wife, he's really been into that occult stuff lately. Who knows what we could be dealing with here?
Well, if the devil's at work here, I'm sorry you weren't there instead of me. You're the Christian, Kenny.
Kenny, Tom, we got another 1052. This one's your address.
Jason.
I'll look after things here, Tom. Okay, let's check it out.
Come here. Come here.
It wasn't him. It wasn't Jason.
I came as soon as I heard.
Eileen had just left. I was in the kitchen and Jason just started screaming. So I went up into his room and he was yelling and ranting and raving and just going... He was really upset.
Well, whatever upset him, he's going to the right place.
It was different this time, Tom.
Explain that.
It was like he was another person, like he was someone else.
Well, maybe the aliens finally got him.
This isn't funny, okay? I'm scared. It was so... And he was playing with this.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen one of those since I was a kid. Well, maybe it wasn't the aliens that got him. Maybe it was Elvis.
Look, I know about these boards, and it was like he hooked into something...
No. Don't start that. This isn't your TV show. We're not looking for the best dramatic interpretation we can find. Your brother is mentally ill. It's nobody's fault. It just happens. Now, when are you gonna learn that?
No. This was different. Now, you can think that Jason was insane. That's your decision. Do you think that I'm insane, too?
Of course not.
Then don't just dismiss what I'm saying.
I'm not dismissing it.
You haven't even heard it.
I'm sorry. Tell me again.
It's just the way he was yelling. And the things he was saying. He was talking about that Macaluso guy, and he was haters. What?
What else did he say?
Yeah, explain this to guys who don't even know each other, 10 blocks apart. Suddenly, both go crazy, both saying the same things, and both leap out a window. I mean, can you explain this?
No.
Oh, good. I'd like to talk to you about your brother. We've given Jason something to calm him down, but he's going to need a complete examination. One of our psychiatrists will talk to him in the morning.
No, Susie. Don't let them keep me here, please. What if they're not who you think they are?
Can't I just bring him home with me, and then I'll bring him back in the morning?
Please, Susie. Please don't let them keep me here.
Jason jumped through a window. That makes him a danger to himself. Legally, we have to keep him here for at least 24 hours.
Okay, why don't I sign a release, and that would ensure...
I'm sorry. It's out of my hands.
Please!
I gotta go talk to him.
No.
I just heard what happened. Is Jason all right?
He will be when someone gets inside of that head of his and ties some loose screws.
Well, I want to talk to...
Stop right there. I know where you're going. I know what you have to offer, but that's not what he needs right now. I know this religious stuff is important to you, but that doesn't mean it's the answer to everything. Jason has a very serious problem, and he needs a doctor, not a priest.
How do you know what he needs when you haven't even heard what he has to say?
Anybody that starts a sentence with UFO, extraterrestrial, alien, or Jesus Christ, I don't have to listen to the rest, because I know what's coming.
If you would just let one person finish one sentence once, you might learn something. And you might change, just a little.
Change my what, Eileen? My life? My mind? If you could just sit down someday and listen to what you tell these people to believe.
Tom, just because you don't believe in God does not mean that other people don't have to.
No! I never said I didn't believe in God.
Oh. Well, do you believe in God? Huh?
That's a complex question.
It is not a complex question. When was the last time you opened a Bible?
You don't have to open the Bible to believe in God. That's your problem. You believe all that stuff is real. It's not.
You're wrong, Tom. It is real. All of it is real.
Yeah, what about Noah and the Ark? What about that guy that lived in the belly of a whale for a week? That guy named,
Jonah.
Jonah. It's time for you to get a grip on reality. That's a storybook, not a history book.
How would you know? You haven't even read it, huh? You haven't given God a chance.
Listen, it's been a long night. And, I apologize for being too aggressive with you. I'm just spent on this. Let's pretend we never had this conversation. And next Sunday, you and I will go to that church of yours together.
You promise?
I promise.
Woo!
And you get on the phone to that God of yours and tell him I'm going to be there. Faith Chapel, Sunday night. And tell him to have some of his best stories ready. Because your brother Tom is coming to church for the first time in his life.
And?
You promised me that if I sit there with you a whole hour and listen, with my eyes open, you'll get off my back about this.
Okay, deal. Shake.
I am so sorry, Jason. It's just that the doctors are concerned about you, and I'm just trying to do what's best for you.
Then listen to what I'm saying. They took control of me. That wasn't me talking. I didn't want to kill Eileen. I didn't want to jump out the window. That was them. And they're gonna come looking. Do you hear me? They are going to come looking.
But Jason, they're afraid that you're gonna try.
You're not listening to me. If I really wanted to die, I'd want them to find me.
Jason, relax. You're gonna be okay. I need to talk to you.
Susie. Susie.
Susie, you have done your best. Now we need the doctors. He has created a world he cannot escape from.
But I'm just not sure that a bloodstream full of drugs is the answer. He's my brother. He's had a bad night. He needs family, not Thorazine. Tom, let's just take him home.
Could you just hold on with that for a moment, please?
But, ma'am, we need to. You and I need a few more minutes with my brother before you do whatever it is you think you need to do.
Let me ask the doctor then.
It's okay.
What do you want? What do you want?
Oh, I think you know, Jason.
Oh, thank you. I think you better see this. I've been doing this a long time, and I've never seen anything quite like this.
I want the whole world to believe what you believe.